Military recruiting shortage is creating some serious challenges for the Pentagon as recruiters for all branches of the service now forced to draw from a shrinking pool of candidates. And that's because the percentage of Americans ages 19 through 25 is at a 15-year low, adding to the problem low unemployment and more job opportunities for young people. According to the Pentagon, fewer than a quarter of Americans ages 17 to 24 even qualify for the service, all due to poor test scores, criminal records, and physical and mental fitness issues.
Speaking of the military, a large number of our military members who defended our freedom are not actually U.S. citizens. And many ask, how could this be possible? And what does this mean for those veterans after they served our country? Here to discuss is Kate Monroe, CEO of VetCom US. You are an expert in Veterans Affairs. You're also become an expert on the homeless crisis here. And a lot of homeless people are veterans. This is a shocking number. Right now, it says 35,000 non-U.S. citizens who are veterans are currently more than 500,000. What are the numbers? I'll just let you.
There are 35,000 non-citizens currently serving right now. We bring in close to 8,000 per year, but right now we are making a big effort to shore up our position and fill that gap in our recruiting crisis. And we are actively advertising to this non-citizen population, come in the military and we'll make you citizens. We haven't done it in the past. We don't have a plan to do it now. We don't have a plan to do it in the future. So we are being disingenuous, inviting them in and using that as a carrot. And then there are 500,000 plus veterans who have served that are still in a non-citizen status. So we never made good on that promise either.
So were they promised citizenship if they served and then that did not happen?
So some of them just went in like normal. You know, some of them went in with that as a carrot. I talked to many recruiters who are serving now and who have served in the past. And both have said there wasn't a plan then and there is not a plan now, but we did tell them to make our numbers that we would make them citizens.
They were told they would
Correct.
be made citizens?
Yes.
So were they lied to? Is that too much hyperbole for me to say that?
No, I mean, they were lied to. There is no path better for them in reality than there is for anyone else seeking citizenship. There should be. I have a really good solution, you know, that could fix this in an instant, but I don't know that it'll ever pass because we would have to have some more integrity as a country and we would have to actually make this a focal point of our recruiting.
I want to hear that solution, but first I want to ask, so are then these people who served our country deported from the U.S.?
So they're not always just deported. They're always at the brink of being deported. You could get a DUI and be a veteran non-citizen and get deported. And we always think of deportation because we're so close to the border. We're thinking, oh, you're being deported to Tijuana, right across our border. We send people back to 50 countries across the world. And I'm not talking about people serving that came here at 18 and decided to go in the military getting citizenship. I'm talking about people who came here as babies, as toddlers, as 6 or 7-year-olds, lived here, speak English, went to our schools, elected to go into our military, and then we drop them off in a country that they have never recollect even being in with no resources.
So what is your solution?
So my solution is do what the VA did with the VA rating system. They offloaded that program to civilian contractors who have done a very good work shoring up that position, all that timeline. They closed that gap. If there were a contractor that did this, the second you go in the military, that contracting company would start on it, and there would be 3 ways that you would automatically get your citizenship. You serve honorably, you exchange your DD-2-14 for your citizenship. If you are to get injured and get med boarded out, you would automatically get your citizenship. Unfortunately, if you lose your life, if you're on the front lines in war, you would go into the ground as a citizen. I hate to put it that way, but that would be different for your family in the way that they would be able to bury you and care for you and the way that they would carry on. You would at least be a citizen veteran in that situation. There's no reason that we cannot do that as a country.
Well, it seems to make a lot of sense. Do you think there would be pushback if legislation was proposed?
I don't think so, because a lot of people think that this is an immigration issue. It is not. It's a veteran issue. And I find I've passed a lot of bills. There's a lot of stuff that I've worked on that they're voting on currently, and we found bipartisan, bicameral support, and I don't see why, if I can help them adjust and amend the bill that they currently have, why it couldn't get bipartisan, bicameral support if they understand that it is a veteran issue. If you serve our country, you should be a citizen. I don't think that there is a higher test for citizenship. You know, we want people to go pass a test, you know, name me off this, name me off that, what are the states in the union? How about I served my country, and that should be enough. enough.
Kate Monroe, CEO of Vetcom.us. Always a fascinating conversation. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right.